or thing. Excuse me. I love the snail in the corner. Hey, what's up? We're watching the Kuhli Loaches I just fed. Seems only one wanted to come out. Thank you. I'll send some back. Lurking is welcome. I'm not gonna do much for Christmas. Going to some family on Christmas Eve, and then not doing much other than that on Christmas. Besides like regular Christmas stuff. Look, another Loach decided to come out. They're finally starting to smell the food. There's a Loach dancing in the background. That's cute. This is my 29 gallon. It only has Kuhli Loaches in it right now. Oh, besides the mass amount of snails. If it wants to turn around, on the other side I have a unique colored ram's horn. I just scared the Kuhli Loach off. Yeah, I accomplished most of my goals. Yeah, I accomplished most of them. I don't know. I didn't make many goals, so let's see. Move over here. If the shy one will come out. You can see my moss. Well, there's like a little MTS crawling across the screen. I'm surprised there's any in here still. The Kuhli Loaches, while they leave the bigger snails alone, they absolutely love eating the little MTSs. Probably going to my first, my favorite thing, yeah, probably going to my first, um, aquarium convention. My second favorite is getting these Kuhli Loaches. They're so cool. I just scared that one off. Let's see. That one might come out. And there were these little tiny, sick looking loaches when I first got them. They've gotten all sorts of chunky. Let's see if you can see that. That one's pretending it's stuck. Yep. Silly thing. Let's go back over here. Oh yeah. I met a lot of interesting people. Most of them I liked. Some of them were more interesting than others. That one got scared off. There's a lot of hiding spots in this. Let's go back so you can see the loach eating. Oh yeah, well, I don't know about all that. I keep stepping on something. I just painted the back of this tank. It needs a few more coats, but I keep stepping on the bag that I had the brushes in. The sponge thing? I don't know. Excuse me. I scared that one away. Yeah, Cece is amazing, isn't she? Best person I've ever met. So happy. Don't scare it. I need to clean this aquarium so bad. I need to add more sand too. This is supposed to be a quarantine, and I couldn't get the Kuhli Loaches out. So they're staying. I'm sorry, I'm drawing while I'm live streaming. How rude of me. No. I don't know. There's that one Kuhli Loach. Let's see if I'm gonna scare this one by moving it. That one's like super shy. I just stubbed my toe. That hurt. Currently I'm drawing an arowana. Let's see. Gotta be quiet. They're going to run away. Oh, yeah, you can see the strange coloring on that ram's horn. Yeah, I'm gonna be posting the 10 drawings of fish that I do not own over on Instagram to count down the days until New Year's. I think I'm going to draw one of the carnivorous oh, I scared them. Oh no. They might come back out though. I might draw one of the carnivorous plecos next. They didn't run away. They're very shy. At least you can see the snails in my hand sometimes. I've drawn a tiger Oscar and thingy I don't remember the name of. And I'm drawing an arowana. I think I'm gonna draw a carnivorous pleco next, and then I don't know. I don't want to draw any fish that I own because I draw them all the time. Yes, I did. Here. Let's see. They're fighting over it. Those are the same two that ran away earlier. I've dropped in like 10 pieces. I don't know why they're fighting over one. Ran away. They're all hiding. Let's see. There's this leaf. And then they hide underneath the sponge filter. They hide under here. 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 Under here. And in the pots. Let's see. Can we find any? They're really good at hiding. I don't know yet. I think I'm going to try to, I'd like to enter an aquascape competition. There we go. I'd like to get more Medaka. Breed more Medaka. Good night, Red Laser. My coolies never hide unless I want to film them. So I have a coolie loach staring me down. Y'all might not be able to tell, but it's staring directly at me. I wonder how good their vision is. Mm. The one that's on camera right now, his name is Soba. Like noodles. All of the coolie loaches are named after Japanese noodles. Oops. Over here. It's hiding underneath the sponge filter, so I'm gonna see if it'll come out a little bit more. That sponge filter is very moldy. I feel bad when I clean it because the loaches like to eat off of it. It's getting a little thick. Oh, this one's climbing. What are you doing, bud? What I really like about the snails in this tank is that they don't get their antenna nipped off by fish because there's only coolie loaches. I wonder what fish I should put in here with them. I don't want to do any more bottom dwellers. Obviously, I have enough. I'm thinking, well, my original plan was to put the guppies in here, but the guppies are sick. And my male guppy, well, the female guppies are still sick. The male guppies are fine, but they don't do well in water without salt. So I don't really know what to do there. So I might get a new fish. I want to escape this, if you could call it escape. Um, it is just thrown together. It was supposed to be a quarantine tank, and then the loaches just didn't want to leave. I emptied it almost all the way out, and I still couldn't get them out. I emptied it to like right here. This is the rim. Don't mind me. I'm covered in paint from painting. But I lowered the water down to here, and I could not get them out. They did not want to come out. And there was just the sand, the sponge filter, and one of those pots, the small pot in the background. And I removed everything, and I could not get them. Like, they were evading my fishing net. They were avoiding my hands. All I ever got was sand. And I don't know. The sand isn't important. I wanted the fish out so I could move them. Let's go back over here. This one isn't moving much because it thinks it's nice and hidden, but it's not because I can see it. I got that Alodia in here. I just kind of threw it in because it was doing really bad in my Medaka tank because it's not heated. Well, at least I think that's the reason why. It was doing bad, and I just threw it in, and I don't know, like, it's weird, I guess. It's like growing and melting at the same time. And I think like the parts that were healthy when I put it in are doing really well, and the parts that weren't doing well um aren't doing well. They're dying. So I think I need to go through and just take the good parts and remove the dead parts. I'm also having a bit of a hair algae issue in this tank. It's not as bad as the one that I have in the Medaka tank, but I feel like I'm always ripping out hair algae. Luckily it hasn't gotten entangled into the moss yet, but it's just so bad. At some point I just start ripping the plants out. I'd rather not have any plants than have hair algae mixed in with the plants. And like, it really sucks in my Medaka tank because the Medakas will lay their eggs on the hair algae. And then I have to keep the hair algae because there's no way I'm getting those eggs off of the hair algae. They're like super sticky. And it like, no matter what, I'll bring like a chunk of hair algae with it. It's like getting like gum stuck in your hair. And it's the hardest thing to get out. And so I have to keep hair algae. I started keeping it in a 2-gallon Wallstead jar that I have. And I have like Medaka fry in there now. And then I'm running into the problem where I can't get the fry out. So it's like hair algae bothers me in so many different ways. sometimes these Kuhli Loaches scare me. Let's see if it'll do it. I think I had 3 of them die on me. And I watched them die. Hello. But I watched the poor thing pass away right in front of me. And now, like, anytime, like, a Kuhli Loach is just being a Kuhli Loach, I kind of freak out. I have like, this one specifically, the one that the camera's on, likes to flip over when it's eating. So I'm going to try and see if we can get it on camera. But they get wild when they eat. This is just the Hikari sinking wafers with I think it has a yo-yo loach on the front of the package. And they always go crazy for this stuff. So, like, when the snail is encroaching on this poor loach's food. So I know that when I need to get them to eat, I put this food in. And they love it. They would eat it every single day. I used to feed them like a mixture of this and well, for prepared foods, I would give them the sinking wafers and one day, and I'd give them the algae wafers the other day. But well, when I first got them, I started them on the algae wafers, and then they stopped wanting the algae wafers when I introduced the sinking wafers. So they also get black worms and flakes. I'm trying to beef them up a little bit because they were pretty skinny when I first got them. And while some of them are really good eaters, like the ones that are eating on camera, that have been since the beginning, like this one over here, this guy. No, it's probably a girl since it's chunky, but they eat no matter what. But some of the smaller ones, they give me, look how long the antennas are on that ram's horn. That's so cool. But there's some more that are pretty skinny that I would like to beef up a bit. So I'm thinking about getting some of the higher protein foods for them and giving them more live foods. I know that they like the black worms, but black worms are kind of a pain to culture because, like, you have to break them up and stuff, and they don't like reproduce like other they don't reproduce with I tried the baby brine shrimp with the Kuhli Loaches, and they are not interested in it at all. All my other fish absolutely love baby brine shrimp. Actually, my latest short video, I fed my Medaka the baby brine shrimp, and that's why they were having like a little feeding frenzy. But I don't know what it is. I think I know that these Kuhli Loaches are pretty young. So it could just be like they were like, oh, I don't understand this yet. So I might try again. Did you have it in like Did you like defrost it, or did you put it in the, like, just drop it in as a frozen block, or did you feed it fresh, live? I might have to try live because I tried de-thawed frozen like I do my other fish. They they did not care for it at all. They do love the black worms though. I might have to just get a second culture of the black worms. Maybe I can try other worms too. They really like the worms. But it feels like every time I feed the worms, I have to wait like two to three to even sometimes a full month before I can feed them again. He moved. It keeps moving. It doesn't want to be on camera. It might be a little freezer bird. That's a good point. I personally haven't had them that long, but I did buy the frozen ones from a store, so I have no idea like how old they actually are. They just haven't shown any signs of going bad. They're not like dry on the top or they don't have like an off smell or anything. Well, I'm sorry. I don't want y'all to get sick. I hate when people do that, and then I'm here doing it. I wanted to pop over to the sick guppies real quick. Oh, that is not... Okay, well, here we go. Can say hi to the female guppies. I haven't had a death in a couple of days, and that's great. I am thinking that it is a parasite that is killing these guppies. I lost around 10 of them. And I think I currently have 8 or 9. I haven't really counted yet. But no dead bodies, which is great. I don't think any of the loaches came back out yet. So I have a weird setup going on here. I have this. It's like one of those like storage rack things that you like put stuff on top of, or you like put over your sink on the back to like hold like stuff. And then this is plastic canvas on the bottom, and this is actually plastic cutting mats from the dollar store to keep the heat in. I have them up here too, and you can see the condensation from, I think we're at, what, hold on. You can also see all the floating plants and the snails. That's a big old ram's horn. I have 2 big wild type, and then I have a slightly smaller red right there. I'm sorry, what were you typing? I totally don't know when you sent that. I was too busy talking. If there's one thing that I can do, it is talk to myself. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. That makes sense. Okay, I backtracked. My brain caught up. All right. I yeah, I had a bad experience with frozen food before that I bought from the store. And luckily it was with my Gambusia officinus. Officin whatever. You know what I mean. The Gambusia, mosquito fish. Um and they don't die off that easy, but oh, it made their tank reek for like 2 weeks. And it wasn't just that, like, oh, you need to do a water change, like a bit of like an ammonia smell. No, it was like you left a dead fish in there. I had to do like daily water changes. It was so gross. Luckily, again, it was the mosquito fish, so they could literally live in like a puddle. So moral of the story is always smell your food to make sure it doesn't go off, whether it's fish food or not. Let's check in the little leaf teepee. Excuse me. I'm getting over a cold. And then dust and dander allergens have been high. I have only tried Rapashi once, and it is, how do I say it? It's good for certain things, but I've noticed that a lot of fish do not like it, at least in my experience. I also think there's a lot of user error that can go into foods like that. And I just want to like plop in food for my fish sometimes. That's why I wouldn't feed live, right? Like the point in me not feeding live is because I just want to plop food in and maybe walk away. Maybe I'm busy that day or whatever. So like to have a prepared food that you have to do like all these extra steps for just currently is not something that I'm interested in. I mean, if I had more time on my hands, maybe. But I don't know. To each their own, I guess. I'm a big fan of the Hikari foods, and I like the bug bites from Fluval. People say I say Fluval weird. What? How do other people say it? Fluval? I think that sounds weird. Fluval. Um, and then live foods. I mean, I have like some of the cheapy, like goldfish flakes that I have on hand. Fluval. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I pronounce things weird. I grew up in too many different places. Weird accent. Color on this. Color on this ram's horn is weird. There's like a little hook on my phone, so I have to hook it back. Fluval. Yeah. The I'm thinking of moving that moss in the back. It's Christmas moss and Sawasartang. I think I'm gonna move it over to this corner over here, or at least some of it. It thinks it's hiding, but I can see it. I replace these leaves. I like having light tannins. That's why the water's kind of yellow for the I like having the yellowish tint to this one because it helps darken the the tank with the floaters and the hiding spots. The loaches come out a lot more. Wisconsin. I'm located in Texas, um, but I grew up in New England, and having one parent who is from the north and one who is from the south, and living in an area that has a strong accent, all combined to give me my weird accent. Loach is chilling over here. Oops. I was actually born really close to Canada, so I think it was like an hour's drive. They really like that sponge filter. I want to get them some ledges with some moss on them. Let's see if I can't stick them different places. So they like to climb up on um, the like suction cup on the top of the sponge filter. It's one of those Sierra L's. And so they'll like hang out on that upper thing. So I think that they would like a ledge. Well, I don't know. I might try it and see what happens. Hopefully next stream, the backs of this tank and my other tanks will be finished. I've been painting them black to kind of help with like the visibility of the tanks on camera. I have noticed that while doing that, I can see myself when I'm recording more, so that's kind of annoying. Oh, that's pretty cool. I was born, let's see, approximately an hour south of Montreal, Canada. So, and then I grew up in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And then somehow I ended up down south. I lived in South Carolina and Florida and Texas. Pop y'all up. See the guy hanging out on the filter. So I've been all over. Again, why my accent's weird. Mm. It's getting late. It's almost midnight. I wonder how nice it would be to be a Kuhli Loach in an aquarium. They don't do a whole lot. They just eat. They get called cute when they get fat. I think it'll be great. Same time zone. Central. That's what I'm in. The whole the daylight savings thing confuses me. I think we're standard right now. I was doing some maintenance on my 20 long the other day, probably about 3-4 days ago now, and the light fell in the tank and it started flickering, all these nasty colors and sparking, electrocuting my poor fish, and I was able to get it out, and that's how I learned that fish are pretty hard to electrocute. They can withstand it pretty well. I had no deaths, no injuries, nothing. And then I got them a new light today. I was hoping that it came in today. I was hoping that when I turned the light on, some of my algae problems would be gone. No, of course not. I still have hair algae, and then I'm gonna have to do some maintenance on that tank. I was gonna show that tank again because I did last stream. People seemed to like it anyway, and I wanted to do an update on the guppy. But I figured that the Kuhli loaches would be um, interesting too. I think I'm gonna go live again Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day night. See if I can't catch some people who don't have anything else to do like I do. All this stuff happens in the morning. I don't currently have plans with adults this year. So I'll probably be chilling on stream. I'm looking in the tank and I'm like, is that a loach or is that a leaf with sand on it? They do have great camouflage because they look like the sand. I I'm actually pretty new to the whole YouTube scene. I've only known about like the Fish Fam, Link people, and like adjacent or like branch off people for since like August. I came on in August. I've been following somebody on my main account um for a little while, and that's kind of how I got into like all the YouTube stuff, like outside of being a content creator person. Um and I was like, "Oh, I kind of want to share like videos of my fish." And then on my birthday, I got a new phone. And I said, "Well, I'm going to try this YouTube thing." Yeah, I don't drink um often. I haven't drank in years. I don't I don't have much of a care for it anymore. I've seen people struggle with it a lot. I used to struggle with it. So, you know, I'm also a mom. So, there's that. Want to set a good example and stuff. And it's only me. Me and the fish. I don't know if the fish want to drink on New Year's, though. I think it might kill them. I'll have to check out the New Year's streams, though. Excuse me. I'm a grandpa now. I think that can be fun to drink. But I don't. I have more fun talking to people and sharing experiences and talking about hobbies than I do when I'm drunk. So, Kuhli just fell so gracefully. I love these things. They're so cool. Weird little worm fish. I love them. Now I want all the loaches. I want a dojo loach. I want yo-yo loaches. I want all of them. I can't even name them all right now. Oh, Loach, what are you doing, bud? Where's that light coming from? Hmm. I don't know. There we go. Might be a little bit too close, but you know. I think there's a loach under this wood. There is, but we cannot see it on the camera. I'm gonna put some more leaf litter in after I put more sand in it. Hopefully, it'll be a bit easier to see them then. This is just regular play sand. They seem to have a fine time with it going through their gills when they're sifting. Yes, that's the word. Let's go back to the little loach hut. Excuse me. I don't know if y'all be able to see it, but there is a Kuhli loach right in there in the plant. Oh goodness. There it is. There we go. Snacking on the wafers. Well, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. I believe that I will be live again on Wednesday night, and if not, either way, I'm going to try and do one of these every Sunday night at the same time until I get bored of it. Um, I did take a break from posting videos. I'm going to post a video next week after I redo my Medaka tank. And there should be a sneak peek of that in next Sunday's video. Where, and then, as a little treat for y'all, I will show you some spoilers for my countdown to the New Year's drawing on Instagram. So anybody that is here or watches the VOD back will get a little sneak peek of the drawings. So here is the one albino tiger Oscar that I drew. It'll be a better detail on Instagram. And then here is the frontosa. Looking at you. And then I'll give you a sneak peek into my creation process. With the arowana that I'm drawing, I have some references here. I use one for color and one for to look at the shape of the fins. And then I just sketch what I see. Alright, y'all. I'm heading out now. I'm glad for anybody who came in. Thank you so much. For everyone who stayed. You're great. And I will be back either Wednesday. And if not Wednesday, I will be back on Sunday. I'll see y'all then. Bye.